deficit paranoia running deep inside my head, told by the Orthodox preachers that the public is better dead. For decades now that rigid dogma has calcified the rules, defending all the status quo taught in the wealthy school. They just don't want to change. It's a failure of imagination, a colossal moral plight, when they say the government can't spend and refuse to make things right. I'm looking at the wreckage left from the rise of neoliberalism's day, a crumbling infrastructure and the future swept away. A whole generation trapped now, no home they can't afford. Precarious gig employment, they're living by the sword. The suffering is real, that orthodoxy has devastated lives, and it continues to do so. It's not just an abstract theory, it's a hell that makes things slow. Oh, those deficit shackles placed on us back in 70s times, a political challenge, then they made inequality climb. The government's inability is not a money problem source, it's just the cruel political will that blocks the righteous course. Gotta break that spell of austerity, that's what the MMT teaches. Let the public purpose prosper far beyond their greedy reaches. Spoke the truth when he nailed the profound stakes. Said those financial regulations cause all the bad mistakes. The shackles that we have lived under hurt the disadvantaged poor. They lock the doors of progress and chain us to the floor. We can't act decisively, we got to face the gravity and find that moral clarity to fix the urgent crises with necessary parity. They talk about inflation risk while we suffer here today, ignoring human anguish that they cause along the way. This focus on the balance sheet is just plain irresponsible. It's socially reckless, the cost of inaction is too high, it's simply unstoppable. We need to fund the Green New Deal and pay the highest price, cause the climate change catastrophe can't be fixed by sacrifice. Oh, those deficit shackles placed on us back in 70s time. We need MMT now, and they made inequality climb. The government's inability is not a money problem source, it's just the cruel political will that blocks the righteous course. Gotta break that spell of austerity, that's what the MMT teaches. Let the public purpose prosper far beyond their greedy reaches. Public is better dead.
The Deficit Delusion, a Rebuttal to Orthodoxy on Modern Monetary Theory. By Bill Buckles, analyst, with expanded research by Gemini AI. Inspired by a social media post by Brent Borklund, November 8, 2025. The decades-long campaign of deficit paranoia, fueled by orthodox economics, has calcified into a rigid dogma that actively obstructs progress. When conservative institutions like the Fraser Institute publish critiques of modern monetary theory, MMT, they are defending this failed status quo, a status quo that has demonstrably failed to secure prosperity for the majority. As Stephanie Kelton meticulously outlines in The Deficit Myth, the debate over MMT is not simply an abstract academic exercise concerning theoretical economic curves. It's a fundamental moral and political challenge to an ideology that has devastated lives. Naomi Klein, author of On Fire, The Burning Case for a Green New Deal, captures the gravity of the MMT conversation perfectly. In a world of epic, overlapping crises, Stephanie Kelton is an indispensable source of moral clarity. The truths that she teaches about money, debt, and deficits give us the tools we desperately need to build a safe future for all. This sentiment underpins the entire critique of the prevailing orthodoxy. The true crisis lies not in the government's balance sheet, but in its self-imposed inability to act decisively. The shackles of fiscal constraint, imposed since the rise of neoliberalism in the 1970s, represent a colossal failure of imagination and governance. This economic legacy is a world defined by stark inequality, crumbling infrastructure, and a catastrophic inability to address climate change. We now face an entire generation potentially locked out of home ownership, trapped in precarious gig employment, and robbed of faith in the democratic processes that permit this suffering. Brent Borklund summarized the profound stakes in his original post. The shackles that we have lived under since the 1970s regarding government debt have been devastating for the poor and disadvantaged people. To focus solely on the risk of inflation, as critics do, while ignoring the reality of human suffering caused by decades of austerity, is economically and socially irresponsible. The MMT framework offers a path to prioritize public purpose over a superstitious belief in deficit caps. As Farhad Manjoo of the New York Times noted, Kelton convincingly overturns the conventional wisdom that federal budget deficits are somehow bad for the nation. Our government's inability to provide for citizens isn't due to a lack for money. Instead, our leaders lack political will.
In the shadows of greed, where the poor felt the weight, policies hiding behind a fearsome gate. Decades of whispers, deficit fears, heroes brought low, drenched in their tears. We watch the rich dance while the rest slowly fade. Hopes of the many, now a chilling charade. The streets cry out, but the sound is ignored. What's left for the soul? We must call for more. once stood, decaying reminders of what once was good. Where's the vision for the roads ahead? While shelves are stocked, hungry mouths go unfed. Failures of the past keep repeating their song. It's our time for justice. Together we're strong. All the shackles we bear, made of gilded lies. We're breaking the mold, lifting high to the skies. Reshaping the vision, public purpose inside. With hearts united, we'll reclaim the night. Politicians preach, but the words sow more doubt. The chains of despair stifle the voices out. They speak of balance, who's it there to serve? While families crumble, how much can they conserve? Brent calls it out, echoing deep. The struggle for truth wakes the slumbering sheep. Oh, the shackles we bear, made of gilded lies. We're breaking the mold, lifting high to the skies. Reshaping the vision, public purpose inside. With hearts united, we'll reclaim the night. A creeping paralysis, the strangling dread, as echoes of silence haunt the young. But waves of rebellion rise to the fray. It's time to ignite what they're blocking away. Where's the power of people when cages are cold? Our voices break through like a story retold. All the shackles we bear, made of gilded lies. We're breaking the mold, lifting high to the skies. Reshaping the vision, public purpose inside. With hearts united, we'll reclaim the night. Dogma's devastated faith in the process democratic. The failure to provide for citizens is truly emblematic. The deficit delusion is a myth we gotta kill today. It's a hollow appeal. The political will we need to act can set us on our way. The shackles must be broken if humanity shall thrive. It's time to choose compassionate policy to keep the soul alive. All those deficit shackles placed on us back in 70s time. Gotta choose compassion. They punished all the workers and they made inequality climb. Oh, the government's inability is not a money problem source. It's just the cruel political will that blocks the righteous course. Gotta break that spell of austerity. That's what the MMT teaches. Let the public purpose prosper far beyond their greedy reaches. I got the deficit paranoia running deep inside my head, told by the Orthodox preachers that the public is better dead.
The flawed foundation, currency sovereignty. The Fraser Institute's primary objection relies heavily on historical examples of hyperinflation in nations like Weimar Germany and, more recently, Greece. This is the most critical flaw in their argument, and arguably the most glaring sign that critics have not engaged with the core tenets of MMT. These comparisons are intellectually disingenuous because they deliberately omit the central, differentiating concept of currency sovereignty. MMT clearly distinguishes between a currency issuer, like Canada, the US, UK, or Japan, and a currency user, like a Canadian province, a city, or, crucially, Greece while it was using the euro. A sovereign currency issuer creates and controls its own money supply. It can never run out of the currency it issues. Greece, having adopted the euro, ceded its monetary sovereignty. Its central bank could not unilaterally fund the government's spending, leaving it dependent on external creditors and subject to the financial constraints that MMT argues do not apply to nations like Canada. The hyperinflation crises cited by critics were not caused by simple, domestic government spending. They were the result of a collapse in real productive capacity, often coupled with extreme debt loads denominated in foreign currencies or gold. To conflate these catastrophes with the well-articulated resource-constrained policies of a sovereign currency issuer is not a valid economic critique. It is a rhetorical tactic designed to induce policy paralysis.
The Fraser Institute is pointing fingers at the past, saying, look at Mama Germany, the monetary ruin came fast. They cite the debt in foreign notes and the production that had stopped, the hyperinflation crisis where all their hopes were chopped. But this is intellectually dishonest, the comparison's not right. They omit the central concept that sheds essential light. I got the currency is your blues. The rules ain't what they seem. We got a grass currency sovereignty to fulfill the people's dream. The issuer of the money can't run out of what it makes. A rhetorical tactic that ignores the massive stakes. They use Canadian dollars different than the euro or the gold. This crucial differentiation must now be clearly told. The most critical flaw in their old argument is plain. They lump us in with currency users who are bound by pain. Like teach when it adopted the euro steady hand, sated their monetary control across the tired land. They were dependent on creditors, they were dependent on restraint. That's a condition that a sovereign nation doesn't pay. I got the currency, it's your blues. The rules ain't what they seem. We got a grass currency sovereignty to fulfill the people's dream. The issuer of the money can't run out of what it makes. A rhetorical tactic that ignores the massive stakes. It's Canadian dollars different than the euro or the gold. This crucial differentiation must now be clearly told. Fund the spending, but that's what they get wrong. Taxes are the tool that makes our currency stay strong. The inflation constraint is the only one we know. It's all about real capacity. The limit is the resources where the goods and services flow. You spend beyond the capacity and prices will ignite. The focus is on real capacity, not debt beneath the knife. I got the currency is a blues. The rules ain't what they seem. We got a grass currency sovereignty to fulfill the people's dream. The issuer of the money can't run out of what it makes. A rhetorical tactic that ignores the massive stakes. This Canadian dollar's different than the euro or the gold. This crucial differentiation must now be clearly told. The critics say that taxing is too hard for the political machine, that legislators can't raise the rates, it's a weak and pathetic scene. Brand Borklund called it pathetic for the suffering it has wrought, ignoring all the cruelty that their fiscal rules have brought. They misrepresent the tool, they misrepresent the policy to keep the status quo alive. But MMT has stabilizers to help the workers thrive. The true foundations of the theory are simple and so clear. To regulate the aggregate demand and calm the public fear. The constraint is not the printing press, but what the nation holds. Workers, materials, and goods. We spend when resources are unemployed, like Stephanie Kelton told. So ditch the flawed comparison. for the gold. This crucial differentiation must now be clearly told.
The inflation fallacy and the job guarantee. The second objection raised by critics is that MMT's preferred mechanism for inflation control, taxation, would be politically unworkable because legislators are too reluctant to raise taxes or cut spending. Brent Borklund deemed this objection pretty pathetic considering the scale of suffering deficit paranoia causes. The weakness of this critique is twofold. It misrepresents MMT's policy tools and ignores MMT's automatic stabilizers. MMT proponents agree that inflation is the genuine constraint on government spending. The limit is not the amount of money the government can print, but the availability of real resources, workers, raw materials, and infrastructure. Spending beyond the economy's full capacity will indeed cause inflation. Therefore, the first principle of MMT is to regulate aggregate demand by ensuring that spending only increases when resources are unemployed or underutilized. Crucially, MMT proposes an ingenious, automatic stabilizer that circumvents political inertia, the Federal Job Guarantee (JG). The job guarantee sets a non-inflationary wage floor and provides stable, dignified employment for anyone who wants one. During a recession, as private sector demand falls, workers are automatically absorbed into the JG pool. Government spending on the JG rises, stabilizing the economy and preventing wages from spiraling downward. During an economic boom, as private sector demand for labor increases, workers leave the JG pool to take higher-paying private jobs. Government spending on the JG automatically contracts, cooling down the economy without requiring Congress or Parliament to pass an unpopular tax bill or cut social programs. This structural, automatic, countercyclical mechanism is far more reliable and humane than the current orthodox method of inflation control.
In a world where the money flows, they point fingers, but nobody knows. Critics rise with the tales of woe, saying inflation's lurking, fear on show. They talk about Weimar, they talk Greece too, but the truth is hiding right in plain view. Oh, let's set it straight. Sovereign issues ain't bound by fate. Ooh, is the currency blue? Spending limits defined by reality's views. Ooh, don't follow the hype. The cost of production is the real archetype. Fraser Institutes, they make their claims, but they're playing foolish, igniting the flames. Currency users trapped in their chains, their myths of collapse only cause pains. Canada's got power, a currency reign, never running out, in truth, it's resources that help us thrive. What's the big worry? Can't you see? A house built strong on a land that's free. The limit's not money, it's what we can make. Real productive resources, that's the stake. Ooh, truth in the light, throwing out fear is our will to fight. Ooh, it's the currency blues, spinning limits to find our reality views. Ooh, don't follow the hype, the cost of production is the real archetype. So let's clarify the ballad of the broke. Those who can issue ain't always a joke. They're not like the ones who just take and use manipulated fears that lose the true views. With every dollar flowing, there's a game in play. A sovereign issuer can surely stay. Ooh, hear the real song. Understanding this helps us stay strong. Ooh, it's a currency blues, spinning limits to find our reality's views. Ooh, don't follow the hype, the cost of production is the real archetype. Ooh, it's a currency blues, spinning limits to find our reality's views. Ooh, don't follow the hype, the cost of production is the real archetype. The critics say that taxing is too hard for the political machine, that legislators can't raise rates, it's a weak and pathetic scene. Called it pathetic for the suffering it has wrought, ignoring all the cruelty that their fiscal rules have brought. They misrepresent the tools, they misrepresent the policy to keep the status quo alive. But MMT has stabilizers to help the workers strive. The true foundations of the theory are simple and so clear: to regulate the aggregate demand and calm the public fear. The constraint is not the printing press, but what the nation holds. Workers, materials, and goods we spend when resources are unemployed, like Stephanie Kelton told. So ditch the flawed comparisons and the fear they try to sell. Currency sovereignty changes everything, that's the tale I've got to tell. The Canadian dollar's different than the euro or the gold. This crucial differentiation must now be clearly told.
The cruelty of orthodox policy. It is vital to contrast the MMT approach with the system that orthodox economists currently champion, a system that controls inflation almost exclusively by raising and lowering interest rates. This method is inherently cruel and regressive. When central banks raise rates, they deliberately slow demand by increasing the cost of borrowing. This policy is explicitly designed to create unemployment and lower wages for working people, a manufactured recession presented as a necessary sacrifice for economic stability. Meanwhile, this same policy increases the return on investments for the wealthy who hold capital and interest-bearing assets. In essence, the orthodox approach deals with inflation, which is often caused by non-wage-related shortages in supply chains, energy, or housing, by inflicting pain on the working class and simultaneously increasing the returns for the wealthy. This is not sound economics. It is a mechanism for class transfer.
The orthodox economists control inflation with a knife. They raise the interest rates straight to slow demand and damage life. They deliberate, create unemployment just to cool the heat. It's a cruel, aggressive method to make the working class retreat.
It's a mechanism for class transfer.
They slow down borrowing costs, but increase the wealth for some, inflicting pain on labor till the recession finally comes. Summers that cry, a hollow appeal to authority beneath a troubled sky. He's one of the chief architects of the pre-2008 decade, the one who failed spectacularly to see the reckoning day. He preached the market's efficacy and minimized the risk, while MMT economists warned of the dead upon the risk. What holds us back is awareness, not a lack of sound ideas. The deficit delusion is designed to amplify our fears. The core of MMT is simple. Once the sovereignty is known, political will is key. To fight the climate crisis and let the future be our own. This is the path to universal care and housing that is safe. It's time to choose the job guarantee and build a better race. Sing the job guarantee anthem, hear the workers rise and call. They fail to predict the crash. It's an automatic stabilizer, catch us when we fall. That's Larry Summers' cry, a hollow appeal to authority beneath the troubled sky.
Conclusion: the architects of failure and the need for new models. The ultimate and perhaps most desperate attack on MMT comes from high-profile establishment figures like Larry Summers, who dismiss MMT as voodoo economics. This is a hollow appeal to an authority whose track record is demonstrably questionable. Larry Summers is not just an establishment figure. He is one of the chief architects of the pre-2008 financial environment, having famously championed the banking deregulation that led to the housing bubble. Furthermore, his counsel during the subsequent crisis advised bailing out the financial institutions rather than providing direct, comprehensive relief to the millions of people who lost their homes and livelihoods. It is a damning indictment that the great Orthodox economists, often Nobel Prize winners, who preached the efficacy of efficient markets and minimized systemic risk, failed spectacularly to predict the 2008 financial crisis. This failure was not due to a lack of data, but a reliance on deeply flawed models, such as dynamic stochastic general equilibrium, DSGE models, which assumed markets were inherently stable and self-correcting. Conversely, economists who subscribed to the main ideas of MMT, such as Professor Steve Keen, correctly warned against the excessive private debt that precipitated the collapse. Their models, which use modern multivariable analyses and reject the flawed assumptions of natural equilibrium, provided a more accurate diagnosis of systemic risk by focusing on financial flows and balance sheets, the very components mainstream economics neglected. What holds us back from adopting a more realistic and compassionate economic framework is not a lack of sound theory, but a lack of political will and public awareness. MMT is simple to explain and easy to defend once the concept of currency sovereignty is grasped. Every progressive goal, from fighting climate change to ensuring universal health care and housing, is contingent upon making these ideas popular and demonstrating that fiscal capacity is a policy choice, not a natural constraint. The deficit delusion must end for humanity to thrive.
In the land of dreams where the workers stay, with hands of grit we build the way. But tides are shifting, rules are bent. Market crashes leave us all spent. But there's a light, a guiding spark, a promise of jobs that hit the mark. The job guarantee, it's time to stand with dignity and tools in hand. Sing the job guarantee anthem, hear the workers rise and call. JG sets the wage floor, a solution for us all, let the benefits install. With fiscal choice we'll never fall. No more pain from the interest hikes, the cruel design that breaks our bikes. Waves of layoffs, they cut the seams, turning our hopes into broken dreams. But hold on tight, there's a better plan, a safety net where no one can be down, a wage that's fair through every storm, jobs for everyone, a future reborn. Sing the job guarantee anthem, hear the workers rise and call. JG sets the wage floor, a solution for us all, let the benefits install. With fiscal choice we'll never fall. Aggregate demand, let's steer it right. With JG's command we'll reignite a non-inflationary rise of pay for every worker every day. Challenge the architects of despair. From summer's halls we'll take our share. Policy choices, it's not a game. Fiscally sound, we'll stake our claim. Sing the job guarantee anthem, hear the workers rise and call. JG sets the wage floor, a solution for us all, let the benefits install. With fiscal choice we'll never fall. revolution of the heart we declare. Jobs for the willing, a vision so fair. Never let hunger define our fate. Injustice stomps, but we won't wait. A rallying cry from city to town. Together as one, we'll never back down. It's not just a dream, it's a stand we take. For every job that's made for our children's sake. Sing the job guarantee anthem, hear the workers rise and call. AG sets the wage floor, a solution for us all, let the benefits install. With fiscal choice we'll never fall. Sing the job guarantee anthem, hear the workers rise and call. JG sets the wage floor, a solution for us all, let the benefits install. With fiscal choice we'll never fall. They say that MMT's voodoo economics said that's a Larry Summers cry. A hollow appeal to authority beneath a troubled sky. He's one of the chief architects of the pre-2008 decay. The one who failed spectacularly to see the reckoning day. He preached the market's efficacy and minimized the risk, while MMT economists warned of the debt upon the wrist. What holds us back is awareness, not a lack of sound ideas. The deficit delusion is designed to amplify our fears. The core of MMT is simple, once the sovereignty is known. To fight the climate crisis and let the future be our own. This is the path to universal care and housing that is safe. It's time to choose the job guarantee and build a better race. Sing the job guarantee anthem, hear the workers rise and call. JG sets the wage floor, it's an automatic stabilizer to catch us when we fall.